Hello and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another prep vlog. We are now 4 weeks out from my pro debut, which is absolutely insane. I started these vlogs when I was, I think, 23 weeks out, so 19 weeks down the track. There have been a lot of changes, obviously, in my physique. I'm gonna give you a bit of an update on things that I have been doing this week to get ready for the show. So if you haven't watched any of my previous videos, I'm competing in the Gold Coast FMG show, which is my first ever pro show, and then 1 week later I'm also competing in Dubai. First of all, I'm going to show you a massive hack that I found for posing. I honestly can't even believe that I did this, and I'm going to do it again in 2 weeks time because it helped my posing so much. And then I'm also going to show you what my body fat percentage is, because I went and got a DEXA scan, which is basically like a full body x-ray to show your body composition, and it is super accurate. And then I also caught up with a good friend for a walk, so you'll get a little bit of dog content, which is always good. And then I'm going to give you a bit of an update on prep and all of my protocols as well, and my plan leading into the show, because it might not be what you've seen on other videos or what you've experienced yourself in prep, because we're actually reversing coming into show day, which is super interesting. Since I've moved to New Zealand, I've been really missing the group posing workshops and having like a bigger space to pose in. And I went to watch the ICN show a few months ago in Taupo, and I was like, imagine if I could practice posing on an actual stage. So what I've done is I have hired out the entire theatre for an hour so that I can practice on the stage. Great decision. It was so good to be able to practice in a bigger space than just at home, because even the gym is quite small, so that's not even that much space to practice posing. So it was so good. The surface is a little bit slipperier than what I normally practice on, so really good to practice on that and just have the bigger space to do my entire T-walk and work on little things like my walk when I'm walking from like the middle to the side, walking to the back, just really getting an idea of the space. So we took lots of videos which I'll send through to Toby, my posing coach, and then I've actually booked this theatre again in another 2 weeks, and I can refine the details as well. And I'm thinking I'm actually going to bring my gowns and my bikinis as well to practice in, to do like a full dress rehearsal. Best meal of the day, post-workout oats. So just finished up at the gym. As you saw, all of my training is super slow tempo at the moment. So the weights are pretty light. We're doing 15 to 20 reps of pretty much every single exercise, 4 sets, and the tempo is really slow. So we've got pauses at the bottom of the exercises. The eccentrics are 3 seconds for most exercises. So just really hitting all those little muscle fibers and reducing the risk of injury as well. Training's feeling really good at the moment. Actually, this week is probably the best it's felt in probably 4 or 5 weeks. I'm gonna eat my post-workout oats, get my steps in, and then do a few hours work before I head off. I've got an hour-and-a-half drive to get my DEXA scan done. Here I am getting my DEXA scan done. I actually got one of these done back in February this year as well, so before I started comp prep, and that is really cool because we're able to compare my results. A DEXA scan is basically a dual energy X-ray scan, and it's one of the most accurate tests that you can do to determine your body fat and muscle distribution. So the results can be used to track like changes in your weight, how much fat you're losing or gaining compared to total muscle mass, and also how much visceral fat is carried around your organs, which is a really good indicator for increased risk of disease. But for me, the purpose is to see basically how much muscle I'm retaining during comp prep, what my basal metabolic rate is, or what the change has been from my build phase to this far into a comp prep, and also just interesting to see what my body fat percentage is compared to when I first started. So it shows a really good indicator of our progress. Your body fat percentage doesn't actually matter on stage because the judges have no idea. It's all about how you look, but it's just more accurate data that's handy to have for my coach to track my overall health and of course progress. The way that the DEXA body composition scanner works is actually by using 2 low-dose X-ray beams at differing energy levels to create images of your whole body. So all you have to do is lay there, and the whole process only takes a few minutes. And this is the image that you get of my body. So you can see my full skeleton and then also my body fat. So you can see that little scale on the side there. Blue is 0% fat and red is 100% fat. So you can see there is not much fat left on me. There's a tiny bit of like yellow and green around the edges of my thighs, which is where I tend to hold my body fat. But my overall body fat percentage is 15.5%, which is super interesting because most people, when I put a poll on my Instagram stories, guess that I would be around 10% body fat. So it is a little higher than what people guess, which is common for females to carry more body fat, and my upper body is always super lean. Overall, I have lost around 7% body fat on this prep, which is pretty cool. And these are the results from my first DEXA scan versus my current DEXA scan. So you can physically see where the body fat has come off me. And then we also got all of the data to assess my muscle retention, my basal metabolic rate, any down regulation in that. And you can also assess like the size of your right leg versus your left leg, and your right side of your back versus the left side of your back, which is pretty cool to see all of that in so much detail. Now I am heading off to meet my good friend Aunt Julie for a walk, get some steps in, and she's bringing her dog Bronco so that Archie can have a little play with him. So my plans and protocols for the rest of prep. Right now I'm sitting at 58.5 kilos, which is tiny for me. It's definitely the leanest I have ever been with this much muscle, and I'm seeing changes in my physique almost daily now, which is absolutely crazy. My coach Ellie is super happy with how we are looking. I just have a tiny little bit of fat still to lose off the top of my hamstrings, like right where my glutes and hamstrings kind of tie into each other. And then once I've got that conditioning there, then we are going to go back to maintenance calories, which will be so nice. So the past couple of weeks, we have actually been increasing my food. So we've increased carbs and fats. So the fats are for hormone health, and the carbs just help my muscles fill out and help with energy as well. I'm eating about 400 calories more now daily than I was a couple of weeks ago, which is so nice. My energy has increased, which is Obviously the best feeling on prep and training's feeling better, sleep's feeling better, all these things are improving. I had a few weeks there where I was really in a deep deficit and I was pretty fatigued and everything was feeling quite hard, which is fine because I can do hard things, and I'm expecting prep to be hard, obviously, to get to the level of leanness that you need to for a show. But it is nice to now be reversing those protocols and be feeling a lot better. So we've also reduced my steps. Previously I was doing 16,000 steps. I'm now only doing 10,000 steps a day, which has freed up a lot of time because steps are quite time consuming. I think that's about an hour less steps than I was doing previously. And we have also reduced my cardio. So previously I was doing 5 30-minute bike sessions and 2 15-minute skipping sessions. We reduced that 2 weeks ago to just the 5 30-minute bike sessions, and then this coming week I'm just doing the 5 20-minute bike sessions, so that's reducing as well. So basically what we're doing is we're slowing how much fat I'm losing each week as we get closer to the conditioning that I need, and that just reduces stress on my body too. So probably expecting, last week I dropped around 500 grams, we're expecting maybe around 300 grams this coming week because my calorie deficit is even smaller again. And then if I look ready, we are going to do a trial peak week too. So we'll be trialing my depletion, my carb up. So I'll show you guys that as well when I do my trial peak week and just assess the changes in my physique to make sure that we get it perfectly on point for when we do my real peak week, which is only less than a month away. This is the longest prep that I've ever done, and it's definitely a different strategy that we have taken this prep to push hard in a bigger deficit earlier in prep and then reverse coming into show days. So what that will mean is that my conditioning will come in a lot better because I won't have all of the inflammation in my body and the stress from pushing hard and doing lots of cardio and really hard training and low calories leading right up until show day. So that means my body is going to be so much more relaxed and that conditioning will be on point. So I'm excited to see that, and I'm excited to just have a bit more energy coming into peak week, which is so nice. Normally I feel pretty fatigued until I get my extra carbs a couple of days before the show, and then my energy kind of increases again, but I can already feel that energy increasing. And I think part of it is excitement as well, because I'm just so excited for 1, flying to the Gold Coast and having warmer weather, 2, photo shoots, which is always so much fun, 3, just like seeing all of my friends and everything in the Gold Coast and having backstage fun, and then of course I'm so excited to step on stage as well. And then we have Dubai, which is super exciting. So yeah, all of that's just building up, and I'm really trying to prioritize winding down before bed and having a bit more like downtime kind of in the mornings and things like that, so I can get my mindset on point, because I think when I do start getting all this excitement and all these things building up and my brain's like thinking about all the stuff I need to do, then it is a little bit harder to wind down. So I've been waking up every morning and reading my book for half an hour. So I'm reading at the moment Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. So I have read this book before, but I'm just rereading it, and it's really about like rewiring things in your brain to really make a change in your mindset, which is obviously a great thing to read on prep because I've been working a lot on that. I am super excited to take you along on the journey for the next few weeks. I will be showing you everything, so my trial peak week, what I'm packing, because obviously I'm doing 2 overseas shows, and we have a little holiday planned afterwards, which I will share more about later on. So I will show you everything that I'm bringing with me and all of my beauty appointments leading up to it, how I'm getting ready for show day, and I'll also do a few more videos on tips and tricks regarding competing. So thank you so much for following my journey so far, and if you like this video then please like and subscribe so that you see the rest of my videos leading up to show day.